Welcome back to ABC General Hospital Spoilers channel. Today we will dive into the swirling chaos and heartfelt moments awaiting us in Port Charles over the next 2 weeks, from April 28th to May 9th. Brace yourselves for a roller coaster of emotions as secrets unravel, relationships are tested, and danger lurks around every corner in this beloved town. With unexpected betrayals, tender confessions, and life-altering decisions on the horizon, the residents of Port Charles are in for a thrilling ride that will keep us glued to our screens. Let's break down the drama, romance, and suspense that will unfold in the coming episodes, with juicy details and intricate twists to savor. Week of April 28th to May 2nd, betrayals, regrets, and rising tensions. The first week kicks off with a jaw-dropping bombshell as Willow Tate Corinthos returns from her trip to Germany, only to stumble upon a scene that shatters her world. Walking into her home, she finds Drew Kane tangled in the sheets with Jacinda, a mysterious woman who later reveals herself as a hired escort. The air thickens with tension as Drew scrambles to explain, his voice trembling with desperation as he swears nothing happened between them. However, Jacinda paints a very different picture, smirking as she hints at a passionate encounter, leaving Willow torn between disbelief and heartbreak. As the confrontation unfolds, Drew begins to piece together a chilling theory: could he have been drugged? His mind races back to fragmented memories of the night before, a strange drink at a local bar, and a sudden wave of dizziness. If his suspicions are correct, who could be behind such a sinister plot to destroy his relationship with Willow? Meanwhile, Nina Reeves, who orchestrated this scandalous setup alongside Portia Robinson, finds herself wrestling with a storm of guilt. The plan was meant to discredit Drew, but seeing the pain etched across her daughter Willow's face makes Nina question if she's gone too far. In a quiet moment of reflection at Crimson's office, Nina stares out the window, her hands trembling as she realizes the depth of the damage she's caused. Will she attempt to make amends, or will her pride keep her from admitting her role in this deception? Later, in a surprising turn, Nina confides in Carly Spencer, hoping to unburden her conscience. Carly, ever the skeptic, listens with narrowed eyes, wondering if Nina's sudden honesty is just another manipulative ploy. Their conversation crackles with unresolved tension as past grudges simmer beneath the surface. Elsewhere, danger stalks Sonny Corinthos as he narrowly escapes an assassination attempt on the docks under the cover of night. The sound of gunfire echoes through the empty warehouses, and though Sonny emerges unscathed, the incident leaves Carly gripped by paralyzing fear for his safety. Desperate for answers, she turns to the enigmatic Jack Brennan, whose shadowy connections might hold the key to unraveling this mystery. Jack, with his cryptic demeanor, shares a theory that points to Jen Sidwell, a notorious figure from Sonny's past with a vendetta that refuses to die. But could there be another player in this deadly game, someone hiding in plain sight? As Carly and Jack delve deeper, the stakes grow higher, and the mystery promises to pull in unexpected allies and enemies alike. On the family front, Christina Corinthos Davis and Molly Lansing Davis confront their mother, Alexis Davis, with a burning question: why are there legal documents suggesting Christina should be committed? The sisters stand united in Alexis's living room, their voices sharp with betrayal as they demand clarity. Alexis, caught off guard, struggles to maintain her composure, her hands fidgeting with a coffee mug as she searches for the right words. Will she reveal the full extent of Ava Jerome's blackmail scheme, which forced her hand in creating these papers as a protective measure? As the confrontation escalates, spoilers tease that Alexis may finally lay bare the ugly truth, hoping to rebuild trust with her daughters. The emotional fallout of this revelation could either mend their fractured bond or tear it apart for good. In a softer yet equally poignant storyline, Dante Falconeri and Lulu Spencer share a rare moment of vulnerability during a late-night chat at Kelly's Diner. The flickering neon lights cast a warm glow over their table as Lulu, her voice barely above a whisper, confesses that her heart still belongs to Dante. Her eyes search his for any sign of reciprocation, but Dante's expression remains unreadable, haunted by his complicated feelings for Sam McCall. Will he open up about where his loyalties lie, or will this confession drive a wedge between them once more? Finally, Kai Taylor and Trina Robinson share a joyful moment celebrating Kai's upcoming surgery at the hospital courtyard, surrounded by blooming flowers and hopeful smiles. Yet, beneath their optimism lies a nagging doubt: is it too soon to assume a happy ending? Trina's gentle warnings about managing expectations hint at potential heartbreak on the horizon if the procedure doesn't go as planned. Week of May 5th to May 9th, lies unravel and consequences emerge. As we move into the second week, the web of deceit surrounding Willow and Drew grows even more tangled. Remember the lie Drew orchestrated at the German burn clinic, paying a receptionist to falsely tell Willow that Michael Corinthos wanted nothing to do with her? That calculated betrayal begins to crumble as Jason Morgan steps into the fray. During a tense meeting at the Corinthos coffee warehouse, Jason quizzes Michael about his supposed rejection of Willow, only to sense something doesn't add up when Michael insists he never saw her. Jason's instincts kick into high gear, and he vows to uncover the truth behind this cruel manipulation. Willow, meanwhile, turns to Jason with tear-filled eyes, pleading for his help to make sense of the chaos engulfing her life. If Jason connects the dots back to Drew's machinations, will this be the final straw for Willow? Could this betrayal expose Drew's true colors, pushing Willow to reconsider everything she thought she knew about love and trust? Jason's investigative skills are also put to the test as he digs into the attempt on Sonny's life. As Sonny's most loyal confidant, Jason takes it upon himself to scour Port Charles for clues, from shady backroom deals to whispered rumors in dimly lit bars. His determination to protect his boss leads him down a dangerous path, confronting figures from Sonny's past who might hold grudges strong enough to kill. Will Jason unmask the mastermind before another attack strikes, or will his efforts put him directly in the line of fire? The suspense builds as each clue uncovers a darker layer of intrigue, threatening to shake the very foundation of Sonny's empire. Tragically, Kai Taylor's anticipated surgery takes a devastating turn, leaving him grappling with unexpected complications. In the sterile confines of General Hospital's recovery ward, Kai's frustration boils over as he confides in Trina, his voice raw with regret. He admits that he should have heeded her cautious advice rather than trusting Drew's overly optimistic reassurances. Trina, ever supportive, holds his hand tightly, but her heart aches as she watches Kai struggle with the physical and emotional toll of this setback. This ordeal could strain Kai's trust in others, reshaping his relationships in ways no one saw coming. Will this hardship bring him and Trina closer, or will it create an unbridgeable gap? Closing thoughts. A fortnight of unmissable drama. Port Charles is set to be a battleground of emotions and revelations over these 2 weeks, with every resident caught in a whirlwind of passion, deception, and danger. From Willow's shattering discovery to Sonny's brush with death, and from heartfelt confessions to surgical setbacks, there's no shortage of gripping moments to keep us on the edge of our seats. Whether it's Nina's battle with her conscience, Jason's relentless pursuit of justice, or Kai and Trina's fragile hope, each storyline weaves together to create a tapestry of drama that defines why we love General Hospital. Next, we will delve into the heart-wrenching turmoil surrounding Christina Corinthos Davis as she grapples with a secret so heavy it threatens to shatter her world and the fragile bonds of her family in Port Charles. Over the coming episodes, we'll witness a storm of guilt, loyalty, and impossible choices as Christina navigates the aftermath of a catastrophic incident involving Rick Lansing and Elizabeth Baldwin. With her father Sonny Corinthos battling a life-threatening medical crisis, the stakes couldn't be higher. Join us as we unpack the layers of Christina's emotional struggle, the ripple effects on her relationships, and the looming question of whether she'll reveal the devastating truth or bury it deeper to protect those she loves most. Prepare for a journey through intense family dynamics, haunting regrets, and the ticking clock of a confession that could change everything. Christina's crushing guilt, a secret too heavy to bear. Christina Corinthos Davis has been caught in a whirlwind of inner conflict ever since the fateful night when her actions led to a near-fatal accident for Rick Lansing and Elizabeth Baldwin. The weight of her guilt over tampering with Rick's brake lines presses down on her like a physical force, leaving her sleepless and haunted by the what-ifs. Each passing day, as she passes by the familiar streets of Port Charles or catches a glimpse of Elizabeth at General Hospital, the memories of screeching tires and shattering glass replay in her mind with agonizing clarity. She had intended to settle a score, to send a message, but never imagined the collateral damage: Elizabeth, an innocent bystander, nearly losing her life in the chaos. Now, Christina wanders through her days with a hollow ache, questioning how she could have let her anger spiral so dangerously out of control. The urge to confess, to unburden her soul and face the consequences, grows stronger with every whispered conversation at the Corinthos family home, where the tension is palpable. Yet, the fear of what her admission would do to her already fractured family keeps her lips sealed for now. Will this moral tug-of-war push Christina to her breaking point, or can she muster the strength to carry this secret just a little longer? A brother's plea, Dante's words strike deep. In a poignant moment of sibling connection, Christina finds herself opening up, though not entirely, to her brother Dante Falconeri at a quiet corner of Kelly's diner, the hum of late-night chatter fading into the background. Dante, ever the protective older brother, senses the storm brewing within Christina, even if he doesn't know the full extent of her torment. Over cups of lukewarm coffee, his steady gaze locks with hers as he urges her to stay strong, not just for herself, but for their father, Sonny Corinthos, who is clinging to life amidst a dire medical emergency. Dante's voice softens as he paints a vivid picture of Sonny's vulnerability hooked up to machines, his once powerful presence diminished in a sterile hospital room. He reminds Christina that their father's heart condition, exacerbated by years of stress and danger, might not withstand another blow of family turmoil. This heartfelt plea lands like a punch to Christina's gut, forcing her to confront the reality that her confession could be the final straw for Sonny's fragile health. As she nods silently, her fingers tightening around her mug, a new resolve begins to form. Perhaps silence, though painful, is the ultimate act of love she can offer right now. But can she truly suppress the truth when every fiber of her being screams for release? The fragile bonds with Molly, a sisterhood on the brink. Christina's relationship with her sister Molly Lansing Davis hangs by a thread, a delicate web already strained by past misunderstandings and unspoken resentments. The two sisters, once inseparable, now tread carefully around each other, their interactions marked by forced smiles and clipped words during family gatherings at Alexis's cozy living room. Molly, unaware of Christina's dark secret, still harbors frustration over perceived slights, but the foundation of their bond remains rooted in love, a love that Christina fears will crumble if the truth about Rick's accident surfaces. After all, Rick is Molly's father, a man she's fought to rebuild a connection with despite his complicated past. If Christina admits to sabotaging his car, an act that nearly cost him his life, the betrayal would cut deeper than any argument they've ever had. As Christina watches Molly from across the room, laughing softly with TJ Ashford over a board game, her heart twists with dread at the thought of shattering that fragile peace. Adding to her anguish is the knowledge that Elizabeth, a close friend of Molly's through hospital ties, was also caught in the wreckage, an unintended victim whose survival feels like both a miracle and a curse to Christina's conscience. Will this unbearable secret become the wedge that finally drives the sisters apart for good, or can Christina find a way to mend their bond before the truth inevitably spills out? Sonny's precarious health, a family on edge. The specter of Sonny Corinthos' medical crisis looms large over the entire family, casting a shadow of uncertainty that amplifies Christina's every decision. At General Hospital, the beeping of monitors and the hushed whispers of doctors paint a grim picture. Sonny's condition, a result of a sudden cardiac event tied to years of high-stakes living, remains touch and go. Nurses bustle around his room, adjusting 4 drips while family members linger in the hallway, their faces etched with worry under the fluorescent lights. Christina, standing just outside the glass door, watches her father's chest rise and fall unevenly, each breath a fragile thread holding their family together. Dante's warning echoes in her mind. The stress of more drama, especially a bombshell like her confession, could tip Sonny over the edge, potentially triggering a fatal setback. She recalls past moments when Sonny's strength seemed unbreakable, from late-night strategy talks at the warehouse to quiet father-daughter dinners where he'd shared rare glimpses of vulnerability. Now, seeing him so diminished, Christina grapples with the possibility that protecting him means sacrificing her own peace of mind. But how long can she prioritize her father's health over her own need for absolution, especially when every day feels like a countdown to disaster? The ticking clock. Confession or concealment? As days stretch into weeks, the pressure on Christina builds like a dam ready to burst, with no clear end in sight for Sonny's recovery. Medical updates from Dr. Portia Robinson offer glimmers of hope, one moment in crushing setbacks, the next perhaps an infection complicating his post-surgery healing or a delay in critical tests due to equipment shortages at the hospital. Each update sends Christina's emotions spiraling, as she calculates how much longer she can keep her secret buried. Sitting alone on the pier at dusk, the lapping waves mirroring her restless thoughts, she wonders if waiting for Sonny to stabilize is merely delaying the inevitable. What if someone else uncovers the truth first? Perhaps a mechanic inspecting Rick's car notices something suspiciously deliberate about the brake failure, or Elizabeth, with her sharp nurse's instincts, begins to question the circumstances of that night. If Christina loses control of the narrative, the fallout could be even more explosive, leaving her family blindsided and her own fate sealed by legal repercussions. The real question isn't whether she'll confess, it's when, and under what circumstances. Will she choose a moment of quiet strength to unburden herself, hoping for forgiveness, or will the truth erupt in a chaotic confrontation, leaving no chance for redemption? The clock is ticking, and every second brings her closer to a reckoning that could either save her soul or shatter her world. Closing reflections, a family at the crossroads. Port Charles stands on the precipice of profound change as Christina Corinthos Davis wrestles with a secret that threatens to unravel the very fabric of her family. From the crushing weight of her guilt over Rick and Elizabeth's near-fatal accident to the desperate need to shield Sonny from further stress, every choice she makes is fraught with consequence. Her bonds with Dante and Molly, already tested by life's trials, teeter on the edge of destruction, while the uncertainty of Sonny's health adds a layer of urgency to her internal battle. As viewers, we're left to ponder how long Christina can hold this burden before it breaks her or someone else uncovers the truth in a way she can't control. The coming episodes promise to be a masterclass in emotional storytelling, blending regret, loyalty, and the raw human need for redemption. Don't miss a single moment of this gripping saga as it unfolds on General Hospital. Share your thoughts in the comments. Will Christina find the courage to confess, or will silence be her ultimate sacrifice? Until next time, keep tuning in for more updates from the heart of Port Charles.